The purpose of this video is to help with the homework assignment 26 on drawing streamlines. As I was considering how to do this assignment now that the course has gone online, I was thinking about the problems, and so I consulted my local tech support person, my older daughter who's got a master's degree in computer science. I explained the assignment to her. She said there's an additional problem that not everybody may even have a printer at home. And she said there's a way to do it easily with software which everybody has, Microsoft Office, and it avoids the problem of how do they create a neat document after they're done. Everything is done inside Microsoft Office. So she showed me, it was such a nice way of doing it that I asked her to make this video. Even if you've already done the homework assignment by hand, and even if you've submitted it, I'm going to ask everyone to try the technique that my daughter is going to explain to you for this assignment, because we have more map assignments coming up in the rest of this course. And I think the techniques that she's going to show you will be useful for the later assignments where you have to draw on maps. So let me turn this over to my daughter, Sigrun, for the rest of this video.
Hello, everybody. So as my father said, we're going to be doing this in PowerPoint. I have an installed version of PowerPoint. I think it's an earlier version than what you would have if you were using Office 365, but it is close enough to what you probably have. If you have an even older version of PowerPoint, you still have the tools that you need to do this. This also works in the browser version of Office 365 PowerPoint. So no matter what your computing situation is, you will be able to use this technique. This technique primarily relies on using the curve drawing tool, which is located in this drawing section. On more modern versions of PowerPoint, it's located on the Home tab. It may be located on the Insert tab in some older versions, but you will certainly have something like this, a box with a lot of shapes. The one you're looking for is the curve. Now, I'm going to show this first on a totally blank slide to show you how the concept of this works, and I'll later show you an example on a map. So we've clicked on our drawing tool, and you'll see that my cursor has turned to a little plus sign. And from here, I can start to draw a curve. Wherever I click, you may be able to hear it in the background, that it's putting a point where there's a turn. Then when I reach the end of this curve, I click Escape to finish. And now I have a curve. Now, this is a fairly thin curve. It's a fairly dark curve. It shows up pretty well here on a white background, but it may not show up that well on your map assignment. So by going to Shape Outline, we can adjust how this line looks. We want to go to Weight. We want to make it much thicker, so we'll be able to see it over a map. Yes, 6 points wide. So that you want to be able to very clearly see what you're doing. Let's make it orange, make it nice and bright. And then because you're drawing the directions with the streamlines, you want to add an arrow to one end, and this is under the arrow style. So that's how you draw the line. And let's say hypothetically that you put a point where you didn't want to, or by the time that you finish drawing your line, it doesn't work or look the way that you wanted it to. Then you're going to go to right-click on the curve, then click Edit Points. And from here, you can see every place that you clicked, there will be a little black box. And from here, you can adjust the curve by moving it around. You can adjust the tangent line for the curve. You can even, if, for instance, there was something happening here where it wasn't acting, you need a little bit more control over your curve, you can add a point. That was a right mouse click. Anytime you want to edit your points where you bring up a menu, it's a right click. Same as with any Microsoft Office product. And then if, say, you've edited it and it's not working for you anymore, you think that it's just adding additional complexity that you don't need, you can delete the point and it will snap back. So now that we've shown how to make the line on the blank page, let's make one on top of your map. We have got—
How did you delete that line?
I hit the delete key. You can also right click and there will be delete will be an option. I can show that later. We've already downloaded two maps for the Streamlines that they will look similar to the ones for your homework assignment, but they're for different days. So this will not look exactly like your homework assignment, but pretty close.
So these maps that I downloaded for this demonstration are from March 1st this year, and the maps in the homework assignment are from last year.
Okay. So we have our map.
Notice she's starting with the one that has, it's called the wind vectors. That has observations interpolated onto a high resolution map. Oh, my daughter just pointed out this is actually today's map.
Okay. You can still demonstrate the concept. This is, as you can tell, this is a very quick and dirty video. We're trying to get this out to you as quickly as possible because we know you want homework. So following the general principle that we did, we're going pretty straight, a little bit up there, a little bit down here, a little bit down here, and a little bit up here. And I'll say I'm okay with that to start. So now in order to really take a good look at what I've done, I'm gonna make it thicker. I'm gonna add an arrow at the end, correct side, and see what I've done. Okay, I'm not totally happy with it. So let's edit the points. I want this to go outside the map. And I think this is this should
That
be
makes
more
it really
dramatic
clear to
curve.
go outside. It's not necessary that you go outside.
Yeah. Delete point. Accidentally created a point that I did not want.
And so right now she's just going through to make sure that she's trying to get the curve lined up so that at every stage along that curve, it's parallel the flow. So in the area where you are right now, notice you're not quite there because it's, yeah, it tilts up a little bit more up at an angle.
Need to do that. Another reason to make your line is it's much easier to pick up whenever you accidentally click off of it. All right, I'm going to say good enough with that. And then from here, you can add additional lines, like we have some fairly boring ones down here. Oh, these are kind of going. I'm going to go still to shape outline, weight, make it thick, and put an arrow on the end. So you will continue to add as many lines as are required for the assignment on your map with the arrows on it. Now there's a second map for this. So we're going to create a new slide. Going to delete the text boxes.
So she clicks on the line and then hits delete.
Then we go to pictures, insert with the tails or whatever they're called. As my father said, I'm a computer scientist. I am not a meteorologist. So as I place these, I make no claims to them being correct. So do not use this as an example for how to find where the lines are.
No, she's not doing justice to herself. She's much more artistic than I am. And all you have to do is understand the concept of parallel to draw a streamline.
Okay.
Now this particular, when you look at I created these maps using, as it says at the top, the Plymouth State Weather Center. They have a make your own weather map. And they refer to these as wind barbs. Notice if you look at the places, you'll see that these are plotted where there are weather balloon launches. And you can see that the weather balloon launch
There's one in
sites.
Tallahassee.
Yes, you can see the weather balloon launch sites they've tried to make them roughly equally spaced, but they're not exactly equally spaced. There sure are a lot fewer wind barbs than there were wind vectors on that other map. So this is going to be more difficult to do.
So we'll fast forward, we'll say that I did all of these lines. Now we need to export this to a PDF. I'm going to click on File,
So upper left corner for file.
Export, and then
And then you
create
can
a
just go to,
PDF.
yeah, you can either click either place.
Now you're going to want to use a naming convention, which I think that my father can.
Right, the naming convention, I'm going to ask you to use your last name. So she'll do Alquist. You may or may not choose to capitalize your last name. That's fine either way. Then HW, and then the homework number, which for the Streamline is 26, and then put another underscore, and then one or a few words that helps describe what the gist of the homework assignment is. So in this case, it's Streamlines. And so at this stage, just hit enter, or they say publish, and that will create a PDF. Once you have the PDF, you can, you should check it to make sure that you've got it. You've got a nice, very clear 2-page PDF that's going to be easy for the TAs to look at. And then you just go to our assignment center, and once again, with my daughter's help, you should now be able to upload this assignment, upload your work through the assignment number.
We realize this video is probably pretty fast, so feel free to go back and replay it as many times as you need to see what's going on. But best of luck.